evening, ladies and gentlemen. Tonight on the News Hour, I bring to you the biggest expose of the year. Sensational 408-page income tax dossier of Congress's alleged unaccounted cash trail that has been accessed by Times Now. What began as an income tax investigation in Madhya Pradesh over the use of alleged unaccounted cash that saw Sonia Gandhi's aide rush to the Congress office as well as to his aide's residence when raids were taking place has now assumed gigantic proportions. This picture becomes even more significant as more charges have been directed to the Congress headquarters in New Delhi tonight. Several crores of rupees have either been routed from state exchequer or have been routed through Hawala transactions straight into the AICC headquarters. I'm not saying any of this. This is stated in this dossier of the Income Tax Department that carries the signature of the Director General of Investigations of the Income Tax Department, and this makes stunning allegations against the Congress party. Tonight on the News Hour, I want to recount the biggest investigation that has rocked the Congress party. Sensational tranches of cash of Income Tax Department claims are unaccounted. 106 crores to be precise was paid in cash allegedly by a private payer over 3 years. All in cash, ladies and gentlemen, not 1 or 2 crores, 106 crores. The Income Tax Department confirms now that cash conduits were present at the AICC headquarters by geotagging them on the day of the alleged cash transactions from one hand to the treasurer of the Congress party. Now, it's also 106 crore rupees that were diverted and delivered to 24 Akbar Road. A hefty sum was also paid to a man called Vikas Dhingra, also known as, and a code name given to him, Prakash Ji, by those named in the Income Tax Department's dossier. A total of 72.25 crore rupees was paid to a man believed to be Kamal Nath's money handler. There were multiple entries, and we would like to highlight the ones which are of a significant account. From 8.5 crore at one time to over 13 crores to another tranche. Another installment of 10.75 crore which were paid to Prakash Ji in March 2019. 7.85 crore in one go and 4.78 crore. In all, PV Sunil, the man who delivered over 100 crores to the Congress headquarters, also delivered money to Vikas Dhingra. Who is this Vikas Dhingra? He was in touch with two close associates of Mr. Kamal Nath, Praveen Kakkar and R.K. Miglani. Mr. Dhingra is also related to another associate of Mr. Kamal Nath, Ms. Vanilla Jain, who resides in Sainik Farms, and she, in her statement to the Income Tax Department, has said that this Vikas Dhingra alias Prakash Ji, who handles 72 crores for Mr. Kamal Nath but earns only about 4 crores in 2019, as his own income, is somebody who is related to Vanilla Jain. And Vanilla Jain herself says that she is very close to Mr. Kamal Nath, has known him since 1991, and this second volume of the Income Tax Department's notes, this second volume has 2,450 phone calls between Ms. Vanilla Jain and one number of Mr. Kamal Nath in 5 months. 2,420 calls. And at another number, there are another 400 odd calls between Ms. Vanilla Jain and Kamal Nath. And the Income Tax Department says that she's clearly a close associate of Mr. Kamal Nath. When her residence in New Delhi was raided, her first question and her first phone call was also to Mr. Kamal Nath, and she has deposed to the Income Tax Department that she was panicked, which is why she called him. All details available in this report of the Income Tax Department. Times Now reportage on the income tax dossier has mapped the entire nexus which reaches to the very top in the Congress party. This is where it all started when an amount of 20 crores via the alleged Kamalnath nexus reached the Congress headquarters. 20 crores right here from 1 Tughlaq Road, then the official address of Mr. Kamalnath, to 24 Akbar Road, which till today is the official Congress headquarters address. This is the entire dossier that has been stated here. But this is not all. What is the conclusion? That this investigation has spread over a year and a report that's exhaustive, 408 pages to be precise. Here are the 5 big takeaways. Conclusion 1, ledger entries and revenue from the coupons that are stated by the Congress party, which declare only 66 crore, do not have accounts of the 331 crores that came from Madhya Pradesh alone. That's stated on page 273 of this document. Conclusion number 2, no mention of cash coupons for cash more than 2,000 has been mentioned here. Conclusion number 3, funds not disclosed as required under Representation of People's Act. And conclusion 4, Indian National Congress did not show the cash of 106 crore 34 lakhs through delivery of AICC. And conclusion 5 is cash donations not disclosed even in the filings with the Election Commission. These are the findings of the Income Tax Department. And ladies and gentlemen, on the last page of this particular document, where they say 106 crore in one trash and 72 crores in another. And also what they say on page 132, there is money that is collected from government departments. And this government department collected money. And I just want to request my director to put out those details on page 132 on our screens, because these are from departments FT, which is the Transport Department of the Madhya Pradesh government, where 58 crores have been collected. The Excise Department, where 38.80 crores have been collected. GJ Extra is also, I'm told, there is an amount which is coming, which is 1.97 crore. The PWD Department, 7.20. Again, Urban Welfare Department, 7.20 crore. Also, the Poshan Department, from where money goes to pregnant women, that is 12 crores. And Energy Department, 1 crore. These are the details mentioned right here in the income tax report. And these are government departments clearly making out a case of corruption, because money is diverted from the exchequer of Madhya Pradesh government and given to the Congress headquarters. This is the place where action will need to be taken, FIRs will need to be filed, because this is government money. There is, of course, private money. There is money that is coming in from various private entities, but this is government money which is diverted from the Energy Department, from the Urban Development Department, PWD, Excise and Transport, and Poshan Department, which is money that goes for pregnant women and small children. Even that department has had to pay 12 crores to the Congress in terms of a donation. This is the unaccounted cash file of the Congress party that we are disclosing before you, ladies and gentlemen, because Congress, cash, corruption. Is there a direct link? And that's the legitimate question on the News Hour tonight. Can the Congress deny the cash chori? That's the question and the debate. Congress unaccounted cash file. The debate on the other side.
You're watching the News Hour at 9. Debate number 1 on Times Now. Super Prime Time.
want to go across to my colleagues, Nikunj Garg, Madhav Das Gopalakrishnan, as well as Bhavtosh, who are joining me on this broadcast. Nikunj, coming across to you first. We are talking about government departments from where money has been diverted, and we are talking about at least 3 IPS officers where cash has been kept at a time when the Model Code of Conduct was in full swing. I want to ask you, Nikunj, can the Congress deny these corroborated evidences? Because these raids took place during elections last year, but it's taken the Income Tax Department 1 year to find and cross-check not just depositions of these people who have been involved in this, but also corroborate tagging of people who were delivering money, also looking at entries that were there in Madhya Pradesh and entries that were there in New Delhi at the Congress headquarters. Do you think this now is a case that is headed for FIRs, actions and the courts?
Well, Navika, politicians are, by their very nature of their trade, thick-skinned people. On the face of it, they can deny everything. But we can only talk about what we have got in our hands, or what you have access in the form of an income tax report generated on the back of unaccounted cash. Remember, our viewers must know these are not private details of any individual or entity SSC that is being assessed by the Income Tax Department. This is a report which has nearly been generated on 100 crore rupee tranche of black money, because the Income Tax Department, and these are not my words, Times Now's word, Income Tax Department's DG Income Tax Investigation, their investigation wing calls it unaccounted for cash, which means it has never gone through the system and has never been accounted for, therefore could not have been assessed and taxes collected from it. And why taxes could not have been collected? The report again goes into the details of that. It says that the money has been pilfered from multiple state departments, individuals without any proper documentation and recording of these transactions between them and political party. Remember, you can always make a political donation in this country, but that has to be declared. It has to be upfront to all concerned authorities, including Income Tax Department. And this is the claim of the Income Tax Department in this case, that certain private entities and individuals have acted as fronts and have never properly declared the sums of money that they have contributed allegedly towards the Congress's exchequer. To come to the second part of your question, Navika, quite clearly this is voluminous work. Quite clearly there is incredible amount of evidence that has been enmeshed in this probe. These are not, as I've been saying in the past as well, these are not merely statements recorded in front of the Income Tax Department authorities which can be later retracted and hence become null and void. There is enough incriminating additional corroborative evidence alongside those statements and the locations of various individuals, including, remember, huge tranche of cash actually seized, the real cash, wads of money seized from various individuals. So it's extremely difficult to A, deny it, B, it will certainly lead towards some kind of criminal prosecution, and that answers your question of future FIRs, Navika.
Let me get in Madhav Das Gopalakrishnan. And Madhav, can you take our viewers through not just the private entities who paid money, donated money, so to speak, to Madhya Pradesh congressmen or to the AICC in New Delhi at 24 Akbar Road, but even government departments in Madhya Pradesh who have, targets set for them, and they have to give money to the exchequer of the Congress party in Madhya Pradesh. And all of this happening between 2018 and 2019 during the general elections to the Lok Sabha.
Well, absolutely. And Navika, that is very, very shocking, because these are departments that are otherwise involved in developmental works that touch upon the life of the common man, the Aam Aadmi on ground. And therefore, that makes this entire episode that much more shocking. So let's look at this particular detail that has in fact been given. These are the former Congress CM, of course, that's who's likely to face action in this Congress cash file case. Look at these exact departments. This PWD, PO Anilji, Urban Nagariya, that is urban development, and in fact also FTFE, of course, what that specifically means we'll have to look at, but the energy department, all of these, public health, engineering, are all departments of the government. So how there was in fact receipts coming in from various departments of the government at this point of time, and also this particular point which is the conclusion, which says that from the above correlation of transactions from seized material with transactions recorded in coupons collected ledger for FY 2016, 17, 17, 18, 18, 19 as furnished by INC, it's clear that there are no corresponding entries in the ledger matching, and the transactions are not shown as revenue raised from coupons by AICC. More importantly, said coupons does not include in FY 2018-19 the raising of cash more than rupees 2,000 from as a cash amount or more than that. So the big question over here is that this is entirely unaccounted for. Now, Navika, this is also problematic, not just the model code of conduct aspect that you mentioned, but these are in fact political parties which are supposed to not just file with the IT department their annual returns, but also provide expenditure and receipt statements to the Election Commission of India, which they have to give by a stipulated deadline every year. Now, if this has not figured in that particular report, will the Election Commission potentially be able to take any kind of action against parties, in this case the Congress party, that has not complied with that provision? Of course, it would also be incumbent on all of this being proved, but prima facie from the report that has come out, and if it is to be believed, then it does appear to be the case that a huge amount of 106 crores that has not been declared by the Congress party. What action can potentially be taken, we'll have to watch out for.
Well, let me get in Bhavtosh. And Bhavtosh, the conclusion, the final conclusion that has been given by the Income Tax Department, which says right here on this page, as per the information available, the Indian National Congress has not shown the total cash of rupees 106 crores 34 lakhs received from a private group through delivery at AICC, and at the same but not disclosed in the filings made with the Election Commission of India. It has also stated, based on the above facts, 72 crores 25 lakhs 54,000 which was paid to Prakash alias Vikas Dhingra, the associate of Kamal Nath related to Miss Vanilla Jain, was delivered at 24 Akbar Road, clearly shows that this is violative of the section 29C of the Representation of People's Act. I want to ask you, Bhavtosh, what is the possible action that can be taken by the government? Because the Income Tax Department, which gives income tax waivers to political party, can only take a decision up to that it can take away the income tax free status of the Congress party. But the fact that this is against the Representation of People's Act, clearly the Election Commission will have to come into picture, and there was an earlier report that had been sent to the Election Commission as well.
Yes, Navika. In fact, last year itself, during the general elections, the Income Tax Department had shared its finding with the poll panel. Not only with the poll panel, they also shared their findings with the CBI. Now, it's nearly 18 months. CBI had the preliminary inquiry report. They also have the final report. Obviously, they would have got it by now. The question is, why is CBI dithering? Why CBI is not filing a case? Because this is not a case only based on statements. It's an investigation carried out very thoroughly, which had records of WhatsApp chats, WhatsApp calls, recordings as well as transcript. But more importantly, the very fact that the government departments were given a fixed targets to raise money also means there was an official abuse of power. It is a fit case of Prevention of Corruption Act. Also, other federal probe agencies can also fit in. They can also carry out their own investigation, whether it's under the Prevention of Money Laundering Act. So clearly, a big trouble for Congress for the simple fact that they have not been able to explain from where they generated this unaccounted cash. And also, very importantly, the Income Tax Department had mentioned that in December 2017 Assembly election, at least 87 candidates got 17.9 crore rupees. Now, from where they got this money, who gave this money?
Stay with me, Bhavtosh. We have the first reaction coming in from the Congress party. Rashid Alvi of the Congress party has just reacted. Before I go to Govind, who's joining me from Bhopal, let's hear Mr. Rashid Alvi.
A probe has been conducted by Income Tax Department to investigate the accounts of Congress party. According to Income Tax Department, Congress party has accepted more than 100 crores in cash. Such investigation is not possible without Prime Minister's consent. Bharatiya Janata Party has built its office in Delhi like 7-star hotel. In every district and in every capital of every state, offices are being built by Bharatiya Janata Party. May I ask Prime Minister to ask Income Tax Department to investigate the accounts of Bharatiya Janata Party?
Well, let me get in Govind. Govind, you are outside Mr. Kamal Nath's residence. I understand there is a meeting that's going on inside. Can you give us details of who all are inside? We understand that even Mr. Praveen Kakkar, close associate and a man whose name comes up several times as a conduit, as a collector of cash in this income tax file and very close to Mr. Kamal Nath, his name appears here, is also inside with Mr. Kamal Nath.
Yeah, absolutely, Navika. We are talking about the facts and figures which are comprises of which are depicted in that dossier comprises 408 pages. And I tell you, on the page number 259, there are on the first era in the first line the names of Kamal Nath's close aide, Mr. Kakkar, Mr. Meglani. These names are depicted in the first line. And right now we are reporting from the residence of Mr. Kamal Nath, where the meeting was going on, and gradually one by one ministers, ex-ministers, then when Kamal Nath was in the power, just started coming out from the residence of Kamal Nath. You can see behind me the residence of Kamal Nath, but still Mr. Kakkar and Meglani inside the Kamal Nath residence with Kamal Nath, and we also confronted few ministers and the very close aide of Kamal Nath. They started saying that and blaming that it's whole happening after getting the direction from the Modi government. It's not possible that such kind of revelation can be possible without the help of Modi government. These kind of allegations are being put forward by these ex-ministers who were one by one coming out.
Meeting, Govind, as I open up this entire issue for debate right here on the News Hour, and joining me tonight, Dr. Sambit Patra, national spokesperson of the BJP, Dr. Anand Ranganathan, author, Karan Bhasin, researcher and political analyst, Vivek Srivastava, political analyst, Ravi Srivastava, Deepak Jha, and my friend Tehseen Poonawalla. Tehseen Poonawalla, I just want to ask you this question. Is vendetta the only answer the Congress party has? Will you not explain to this country why the Congress party does not account for the cash that comes in, why it should continue to have an income tax free status when it lies not just to the income tax department but also to the election commission, why when it is in violation of section 29C of the People's Representation Act, should people actually have any faith in the Indian National Congress? And let me tell you what the Income Tax Department says. It says, as per submissions made by the Indian National Congress, the total cash coupons generated by all the PCCs, which is the Parliamentary Congress Committees, Pradesh Congress Committees and others, for the entire year of 2018-19 was rupees 66.52 crore. The breakup of the same has not been furnished by the Indian National Congress. But the actual cash generated in Madhya Pradesh alone, as per above clinching evidences, in 5 months was 331.8718 crore. 331 crores from Madhya Pradesh alone, और बताते हैं आप 66 crore. And let me also put out how many times the Congress representatives have been summoned and how many times they have been given show cause notices, but they have no response to give. कुछ बताने को ही नहीं.
मैं बता देता हूँ मैम. Very simple answer, very brief, very short. Actually, for once, I'm on your side. I hope this case is investigated, and I hope that the truth comes out and there's some prosecution. Because, anyways, under income tax, it's not a criminal offense. That will come if FIRs are registered, which they haven't done so far. Nikunj, of course, says they will do it in the future. But that's for another day. Right now, if they do it based on these silly entries, then one more person is going to jail. His name is Chief Minister of Gujarat, ex-Sri Narendra Modi, in the Sahara Diary, because Supreme Court said there will be evidence. Now, of course, they will say, but we've corroborated this evidence and that evidence. So let me come to that part also. Then, Sri Narendra Modi ji will also have problems in PM Care Fund, where he's been taking chanda from China and not promising, oh, by the way, have the 60,000 ventilators come? They haven't come. So PM Care Fund. Then third, where retrospectively they passed the foreign bills, where they could get money from foreign, and BJP's black money through electoral bonds is unaccounted for, they will also go to jail. So at the end of the day, we know that every time Narendra Modi sir is in trouble and the economy is collapsing, we have some income tax coming out with a miracle story against Congress, leaking it, but please till income tax at least get one prosecution. They couldn't even prosecute Narendra Modi, whose name was in the diary, taking money from a man who was in jail.
डॉक्टर पात्रा, कांग्रेस के बिहाफ पे तो तहसीन पूनावाला के पास कोई एक्सप्लेनेशन है ही नहीं. एवरीथिंग इज व्हाई नॉट नरेंद्र मोदी, व्हाई नॉट बीजेपी. ये कांग्रेस, कैश एंड करप्शन, ये इसके ऊपर कोई एक्सप्लेनेशन नहीं है. दे विल कॉल द प्राइम मिनिस्टर चौकीदार चोर है, अपनी चोरी पर कोई टिप्पणी नहीं है.
While the others look grim, but I don't understand what's the secret behind the gleeful smile of my good friend Tehseen Poonawalla when we are discussing about the corruption of the Congress party. I really don't understand. But by the way, there was a time long ago when such cases came out and we felt excited discussing about corruption in the Congress party. But today it has become so common, and in fact the Congress party itself has become unaccounted for. So these debates generally do not generate the kind of heat once it used to generate. Congress presidents, no one is unaccounted for. Who is the president? No one knows who is the president. So nothing is accounted for there. Three important things on a serious note. Remember, Mr. Amit Shah, the then Bharatiya Janata Party president and the present Home Minister of India, during the Madhya Pradesh election had said that if they win Madhya Pradesh, if they win Rajasthan and Chhattisgarh, what they are going to do out of these states is they are going to use these states as ATM machines. Today we are seeing that from an ATM machine called Madhya Pradesh, Congress withdrew illegally 331 crores and did not account for it, only showed 66 crores. Second important thing is, this is a beautiful example, I would say, of engineering reverse benefiting. Reverse benefiting in the sense, in the Modi era, through reform, perform and transform, we send money to pregnant mothers, to farmers, to the ones who are in the last line of the poorest of the poor through direct benefit transfer. Here it is reverse engineering, reverse benefiting. The pregnant women, the children, the ones who are poorest of the poor, they send money, their money is sent in a reverse way through direct benefit transfer to the Gandhi's account. So this is just contrary to what the government is doing. And third most important thing, if you have to understand this case, what happened is the Congress party has generated and used unaccounted money, but has kept an account of the unaccounted money. Half an account, I would say. Just as we had a movie called as Half Girlfriend and all those things of Chetan Bhagat. So this is half accounting of fully unaccounted money that they have done. So because of these corroborative evidences, and this is geo-tagged corruption. I mean, we have a person who was going to deliver the money and he has been geo-tagged. So this is the first example, I would say, in the country of geo-tagged corruption. So these multiple events, in fact, makes this case extremely innovative corruption by the Congress party, extremely interesting. And as many of your reporters have said, that in days and months to come, we would see the fallout. And that's the reason as to why Kamal Nath and Mr. Duggal and Mr. Dhingra, Mr. Kakad, Mr. Miglani, all of them are holed up inside the home and having a longish meeting. They're all geotagged, sub-tagged ho rakhe hain. They're geotagged to corruption.
You know, I don't know, Mr. Sambit Patra finds that, you know, आजकल हीट नहीं जनरेट होता है ऐसी स्टोरी से, क्योंकि कांग्रेस में तो सब पता है. डॉक्टर पात्रा, हीट जनरेट नहीं होता है क्योंकि आप एक्शन लेते नहीं हैं, क्योंकि आपकी एजेंसीज अभी 1.5 साल तक रिपोर्ट ही निकाल रही है। अभी तो FIR नहीं होगा, फिर कोर्ट जाएंगे, फिर 10 साल लगेंगे, फिर 20 साल। तो कमलनाथ के बच्चों के बच्चे, हमारे बच्चों के बच्चे के टाइम तक कोई एक्शन होगा। maybe that gives you some reason to smile. It doesn't give me any reason to smile. But let me get in Vivek Srivastava. Vivek Srivastava, I want to ask you.
I want to answer
you
this as well.
represent the left parties, and I want to ask you today, Vivek Srivastava, when money is taken away from the excise department, when money is taken away from the transport department, when money is taken away from the Poshan scheme, which goes to pregnant women and to young children, do you endorse this? Is this the kind of governance you endorse? Isn't this चोरी? चौकीदार चोर है, वो बात तो पहुंच गई सुप्रीम कोर्ट तक, उस पर तो आ गया, उस पर तो सुप्रीम कोर्ट का जजमेंट आ गया। मुझे बताइए, इस इशू जो बच्चों के मुंह से खाना निकाल कर कांग्रेस के हेडक्वार्टर्स में जा रहा है, इस पर किसी को कोई कुछ कहना नहीं है, किसी को रोना नहीं आता इस पर, किसी को ये पॉलिटिकल इशू नहीं नजर आता।
हमें ऐतराज है, नए पॉलिटिकल इशू है, हमें ऐतराज है, बट टाइम शुड बी गिवन फॉर द कांग्रेस टू रिस्पॉन्ड। यू कैनॉट हैव अ ट्रायल बाय मीडिया, उनको एक्सप्लेनेशन देने दीजिए।
एक्सप्लेनेशन तो राशिद आलवी ने दे दिया है, राशिद आलवी ने कैमरा पर दे दिया है, एंड कांग्रेस हैज बीन समन्ड ऑन 8 डिफरेंट ओकेजन्स एंड दे हैव गिवन वन आंसर, one answer that is given by the Congress party. And let me get in Dr. Anand Ranganathan. The only answer the Congress party wants to give is कि आप ये इन्वेस्टिगेशन कर क्यों रहे हैं, कर क्यों रहे हैं ये इन्वेस्टिगेशन? No response on the 331 crores that goes from Madhya Pradesh to 24 Akbar Road. No response on the 106 crores that goes in cash. कोई response नहीं है. 72 crore goes to somebody called Vikas Dhingra, who's given a code name Prakash, and Mr. Kamal Nath personally monitors the money that comes through him, and he is related to Vanilla Jain, who makes 2,400 calls to Mr. Kamal Nath in a period of 5 months. Dr. Anand Ranganathan, the Congress doesn't want to say anything. I want to ask you, should such a party be given an income tax waiver, number one? And number two, if this is against the Representation of People's Act, Section 29CA, as concluded by the Income Tax Department, what action should be taken against the Congress party?
No, what about the Bharatiya Janata Party? BJP doesn't fall under that ambit of that act. 20,000 करोड़ का इलेक्शन बजट है इनका, कोई क्वेश्चन नहीं करता है। इनकी वेबसाइट पे इनकी अकाउंटिंग नहीं है, कोई क्वेश्चन नहीं करता है। दिल्ली के अंदर महल खड़ा कर दिया, कोई क्वेश्चन नहीं करता है।
You know, he's had his time.
अरे इतने पैसे देखने के बाद डॉक्टर आनंद रंगनाथन, can you explain to him why Congress party says it doesn't have money to make its own headquarters?
अरे कांग्रेस को छोड़िए, भाजपा को पकड़िए पहले।
हाँ,
भाजपा की वेबसाइट के ऊपर
That is the politics. कांग्रेस को छोड़िए, भाजपा को पकड़िए।
You know कौन है, लिस्ट कहाँ है, किन उद्योगपतियों ने बीजेपी को फंडिंग दिया है?
Okay, all right, you make your point. Vivek Srivastava, Dr. Anand Ranganathan.
IT डिपार्टमेंट इनको सेटिस्फाई करता है, हैंग द कांग्रेस।
इनको नोटा से भी कम मिलते हैं वो, स्टूडियो में आके चिल्लाते हैं। विवेक, you had your 5 minutes, यार, please. What's wrong with you?
अरे भैया आनंद रंगनाथन, कभी बीजेपी को भी क्वेश्चन करो यार।
All right, I will have to lower your fader. One minute, Dr. Anand Ranganathan. Dr. Anand Ranganathan.
Thank you. Yeah, good evening, Navika. You know, these are, first of all, congratulations to your team for taking this and investigating it to the full. These are shocking revelations. And I'm sure that in the upcoming version of Microsoft Word, if you right-click on the word scam, the first synonym that will crop up would be Congress. From defense dealers to art dealers to now Hawala operators, the dynasty sure has come a long way. This time the case appears strong. Not only because of the geotagging and extra care the investigators took, but also because the mastermind is a history sheeter. We don't have time to mention his multiple magnum opuses, but perhaps just one here. According to the documents released by WikiLeaks, Mr. Kamal Nath was bribing parliamentarians with planes and private jets in the run-up to the nuclear deal no confidence vote that the UPA won in 2008. Anyhow,
back to this expose. Navika, call me cynical, but I feel the Congress will brazen it out. Let me give you 3 reasons why, very briefly. One, the investigative agencies are not apolitical or independent. They remain parrots. And when you domesticate a parrot, it finds its own favorite shoulder. And right now, the shoulder is of Modi. Number 2, if that excuse fails, the Congress leaders in the dock will simply quit and join the BJP. From Goa to Manipur to Karnataka, every single corrupt leader, when in trouble, has dipped himself into this Behti Ganga. That is the BJP. Then, miraculously, all leads go cold. All investigations come to a dead end. And finally, 3, Navika, please give me 30 seconds. If that too fails, the excuse would be that these charges have to be proven in the courts. But here's the thing, such corruption charges have been proven in the court. In fact, 4 years ago, the High Court convicted both the Congress and the BJP in the now famous FCRA violations case. I repeat, convicted. And what happened? The BJP simply amended the FCRA Act in the Parliament, retrospectively took it back to, believe it or not, 1976, the emergency era, and voila, the crime was annulled. The courts couldn't do a thing. And this was the first time the Congress did not object to the BJP in the Parliament. I wonder why. In fact, applauded this perfidy, and that is why, Navika, I'm afraid the Congress is going to brazen it out. The incontrovertible fact is that in this country, you can fool all of the people all of the time.
Dr. Patra, isn't that a sad commentary on the way things are done? Because people in this country, आम आदमी को तो कोई छोड़ता नहीं है, लेकिन कांग्रेस को हर बार छोड़ दिया जाता है, एफसीआरए एक्ट अमेंड हो जाता है, और अगर इन चीजों में से, as Dr. Anand Ranganathan says, any individuals are found to be having their hand in the till, they will just leave Congress party and join the BJP. Can you run away? After all the leftovers of the Congress are now in the BJP. What's the difference between the BJP and the Congress?
No, but recently there was a meeting. I mean, Rahul, Tehseen knows about the meeting. Rahul, Sonia and Priyanka Gandhi had a meeting and they decided कि पूरी दुनिया भी कहीं चली जाए तो अभी हम तीनों छोड़ के नहीं जाएंगे. I mean, mother, son and daughter are not going to leave the Congress party. They're not going to join the Bharatiya Janata Party. But on a stronger note, on a serious note, remember a few days ago, we had the whole day on Chidambaram's arrest, as to how the police came in, how the CBI came in. Chidambaram did not open the house. They even had to jump over his boundary wall, jump over his gate, procure Chidambaram. Then he was taken to jail. He had to spend a considerable amount of time in the jail. He is out on bail. Half of the Gandhi family members, I mean all of the Gandhi family members rather, and half of the Congress party's prominent members are out of bail. They're out on bail because there are proceeds, because there are cases going on, because there are leads, because there are investigations. It's not that there is a pact that we want to leave these people unharmed just because some of them would come to us. Unharmed in the sense legally unharmed. They should be legally harmed because they have harmed the justice of this country. They have harmed the democracy of this country. And I would say, I was listening to Vivek Srivastava. He was saying, what of Bharatiya Janata Party? My God, Rashid Alvi was also saying, what of Bharatiya Janata Party? If you find iota of any problem in account of Bharatiya Janata Party, office of Bharatiya Janata Party, who stops you from going to the court? Who stops you from going to the election commission and complaining? Or do you feel that that should be outsourced to the Bharatiya Janata Party itself? आप जाके लंदन में मजे करेंगे, गोवा में छुट्टी बिताएंगे और आपकी कंप्लेंट ले लेके हम फिरेंगे भारतीय जनता पार्टी के खिलाफ. Why doesn't the mother and the son go and complain about the Bharatiya Janata Party in the election commission?
No. One minute, gentlemen. Let me get in Mr. Ravi Srivastava. And Mr. Ravi Srivastava, I'm putting out a few facts on the screen for you. Mr. Ravi Srivastava, these are facts about the mismatch of the money received and the entries that have been put in the Congress ledgers. Nothing tallies. कोई tally नहीं कर रहा. ये इनकम टैक्स डिपार्टमेंट जिनका काम है यही सब टैली करवाना, आप देख लीजिए कहीं कुछ टैली नहीं हो रहा है. Everywhere. And this is the page where 254 crores comes into the Congress accounts given right here. But they have receipts of only 66 crores. I want to understand the remaining money wo gaya kahan? Does it go into the Rajiv Gandhi Foundation? Does it go into other foundation? Does it go to the family fund? Where does it go? if the accounting is not correct, if the income tax department is not given the statements, if the income tax department gives a show cause notice and nobody appears before it, do you think the Congress party should survive without following the law of the land?
Navika, this whole thing appears to be very, very flimsy and taken out from the cold storage after 1.5 years. We had all seen all these drama in the April 2019 before the elections. All this Poshan money, PWD money, this money, that money going here and there. We have seen it. But what I'm saying is that it is not that Congress gets away. Some gentleman was talking, they were convicted, this happened and all. They get away. No, because your evidences are not up to the mark. You don't have any evidence.
सोशल वेलफेयर का पैसा फैमिली वेलफेयर में चला गया और आपको लगता है कुछ हुआ ही नहीं, कुछ हुआ ही नहीं, फ्लिमजी है. Can I also show you facts? Can I also show you facts where there are targets that have been set on how excise department should get money from distilleries and submit it to the excise department and from there to the Congress private fund? You are saying this is flimsy?
This is not going to work, I am telling you. There is no case, I am telling you.
Navika, please allow me to come in here.
Karan Bhasin, supporters of the Congress party have decided this is a flimsy case. This is a flimsy case because it questions the Congress party. It is a flimsy case. The fact that टारगेट्स हैव बीन सेट कि फलाने डिस्टिलरी से आप 5 करोड़ ले लीजिए, फलाने से आप 10 ले लीजिए, फलाने से आप 20 ले लीजिए. टारगेट्स हैव बीन सेट एंड गिवन टू इंडिविजुअल ऑफिशियल्स एंड इंडिविजुअल cronies of the Congress party's big leaders, and then they say this is a flimsy case. 72 crore with one associate, 106 from one company, and 331 crores coming from Madhya Pradesh not accounted for, and they say it's a flimsy case.
No, the irony is that we have been seeing this since 2010. Congress is virtually reduced to a regional party, in certain pockets of the country. Yet they continue with the same model that they've, sort of practiced and perfected over the years. Only in this case they got caught in the act because they maintained half accounts, as Sajid Patra has mentioned. The irony is also that supporters who were for, of the Congress, former corruption crusaders find nothing wrong when such a corruption case comes to light. What really worries me more is that they are saying that this is a witch hunt. Same arguments were made, in the National Alert case, in the Augusta Westland case, and also in the P. Chidambaram case. What really worries me though is that our judicial procedure is so slow that it will take decades for these cases to be resolved.
And nothing has happened till today. Are you aware?
These guys will use the judicial procedure
has been investigated by 6 governments. And nothing has happened till today. Can you tell me?
You look at you look at any corruption scandal that has happened in the country, and one thing is common throughout, that somehow
Mr. Bhasin, I am asking a question to you. The Bhopal case has been investigated by 6 governments. Who has been punished? Augusta Westland also. What has been proved till today? So I am talking all
is more ironic is the fact that all this tirade against demonetization and against formalization by the Congress was actually a problem because they didn't want money from the Congress, because the money came from their account will have to be nationalized by the income tax department. I was probably urged to ensure that excellent Vijay who very they are scrutinized whether the government in Rajasthan is concerned or in Chhattisgarh is concerned. We can't allow the guys to use the money for the poor people.
Where is the corroborating evidence?
50-year-old leader. It is shameful that they stole money from the poor children of India to give to a man who they claim to be the youngster Modi or the only person to carry out the whole of the country. The same soul that they murdered for decades and they continue to do that. I think they should be ashamed of what they have done today, and they should really introspect, because this entire model is precisely why they have been reduced to political non-entity, and I'm sure that if they continue doing this in
political non-entities doesn't mean, and I want to bring in Deepak Jha and Dr. Anand Ranganathan. Dr. Anand Ranganathan, you may be a political non-entity as far as votes are concerned, seats are concerned, but can you use your outfit for an income tax free incoming cash income and use it for private purposes, because the party seems to have no money to run the party. At the same time, it seems to be using its conduits only for making black money into white or whatever, filling in coffers which are either private coffers or, coffers of the Congress party at 24 Akbar Road. Can a political party status be only used for this?
Precisely, Navika, you've hit the nail on the head. अभी तक हमने बिजनेसमैन को लूटते हुए सुना था, यहाँ तो मिनिस्ट्रीज को लूट रहे हैं. And I'm sorely disappointed with Mr. Ravi Srivastava. ये anti-corruption crusader से corruption crusader कैसे हो गए? He's saying the case is not tight. The case is as tight. The case is as tight as a Victorian corset. As Tehseen would testify. Navika, if I'm continuously interrupted like this.
One minute. Dr. Anand Ranganathan is making a point, after which I will come to Deepak Jha and Ravi Srivastava. Make your point, Dr. Anand Ranganathan.
Yes, for all those saying that the case is not tight, it is as tight as a Victorian corset. And secondly, for Dr. Patra, you know who is Anand Ranganathan, but I am sure you also know who is Anand Singh. He was indicted twice by the Karnataka Lokayukta. He's been arrested twice on mining charges. He has 15 forest crimes pending on him. You criticized him when he was in Congress. But right now, you are his friend because he's in BJP. He's in Karnataka government and he is the forest minister. आप बताइए.
Well, I have some breaking news that's coming in. Breaking news coming in. In fact, on page 261 of the income tax report, where is Kamal Nath's money handler, Vikas Dhingra alias Prakash Ji? According to this particular indictment of the income tax department, it says the accounting with respect to Prakash in messages accounts found in search operation dated 7th of April 2019 and 11th of October 2019 both end on 6th of April 2019, that is the day prior to the search action. So accounting in his account goes on till the day before the raid. On 6/4/2019, it is evidence that from cash generated in Madhya Pradesh through ex-OSDs and PS of the then CM and his associates, rupees 37 crore, 17 crore plus 20 crore has been paid to AICC, the 10 crore to MPCC and the 67 crore to Prakash Ji. Thus, Prakash Ji Code received 20 crore more than AICC and MPCC combined by way of cash. The immigration data of Vikas Dhingra, who is the relative of Vanilla Jain, again somebody who makes 2,400 calls to Mr. Kamal Nath in 5 months. He is absconding from India. He left India on the 11th of April 2019 and has not returned back. I want to ask you, Mr. Deepak Jha, if there's nothing to hide, number one, why is this person, Vikas Dhingra or Prakash Ji, whatever his code name is, why is he away from India? Number one. And number two, why does the Congress party not come clean with the income tax department? Why is it evading every question that has been asked? Mr. Deepak Jha.
नाविका, just I want to say something कि जो भाजपा, जो बाथरूम जनता पार्टी है, जो कि देश में उल्लू की तरह है, देश को बर्बाद करने के लिए एक ही उल्लू काफी है. यहाँ तो चंडमुंड की फौज है भाजपा. चंडमुंड जब आए थे इस देश में, राक्षस हो गए थे, तब देवी ने उसका संहार किया था. तो भाजपा चंडमुंड रूपी जो है देश का संहार कर रही है, क्योंकि इनको अपने करप्शन तो दिखाई नहीं देते हैं. महाराष्ट्र से लेकर बेंगलोर से लेकर उत्तराखंड से लेकर रमेश पोखरियाल, सारे इनको कोई
नहीं. आपको कांग्रेस में कुछ गलत नजर नहीं आ रहा है. यहाँ पर कांग्रेस का चिट्ठा खुलता जा रहा है, उस पर आपको कुछ नहीं कहना है. तो आप इस डिबेट में क्यों हैं? कांग्रेस को तो कुछ कहना नहीं है, बीजेपी को आप कह रहे हैं पता नहीं क्या क्या नाम. डॉक्टर पात्रा, रिस्पॉन्ड टू इट. डॉक्टर पात्रा.
मैं नाम इनको चंड मुंड दे रहा हूं।
See, I have a serious addition to make to this debate, and this should be accounted for. Navika, remember, post the Madhya Pradesh election and post the Rajasthan election, during the times these raids were going on, there was some kind of infighting in the Congress party as to who should become the chief minister. Remember, in Madhya Pradesh, we had umpteen number of debates, whether it should be Kamal Nath or whether it should be Jyotiraditya Scindia. Now, after this discussion that you are showing today, after this disclosure, I can well relate as to what was happening under the aegis of the Congress party. Literally, the post of the chief ministership in the Congress party is auctioned as to who would raise the money for the Gandhi family. In fact, since Mr. Scindia would have declined, that I would not go into engineering this reverse benefiting for the Gandhi family. So he would have become the Betanoy. He became the Betanoy.
Very well said. Very well said. Was Jyotiraditya Scindia not a chief ministerial candidate because he could not generate the 331 crores that were generated by his opponent at that time, Mr. Kamal Nath, is a question the Congress will have to answer. But the bigger question for the Congress to answer is, why is cash corruption the other name of the Congress party? Why are these three C's always together? The Congress party, which has avoided answering the income tax department on many occasions over the last 18 months, can it continue to avoid answering the people of India? Because the people of India will ask the question, where is this cash coming from? 72 crores to Prakash Ji or Vikas Dhingra, who's run away from India. 106 crores that goes from the Madhya Pradesh coffers, goes right up to 24 Akbar Road, the headquarters of the Congress party. The Congress party does not show any account books that are tallying with the money that comes in and the money that is registered in their ledger accounts. The question is, what is this cash for? And why is cash diverted from government departments? Why are IPS officers in Madhya Pradesh actually required to store cash money for the Congress party? Questions that will not go away till the Congress party answers these questions. Will it answer these questions to the people of India, or will it answer these questions only in a court of law? That's the big question. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, and thank you to my panelists for joining me on this big debate. Congress unaccounted cash files. It's a story that's not going to go away soon. We'll keep following it. Good night from me.